Hello people, greetings from Dario Ponissi.
Hi there, I'm Romana Maiori. Welcome back to Joint Adventure.
Welcome indeed. I must say, we're progressing quite well on our journey from zero to hero.
I totally agree.
So well that today we'll take a moment to recap all the major chords so we can have them all in one place.
Just in case.
Just in case. Right, but before we get there, let's make our acquaintance with that great music device called Riff. In a moment. Here we are. You got your guitar ready? Yes? Okay. So today we're gonna start with the positions on the third fret. The third position is right here. I'll just show you where I want you to concentrate your attention. So the notes on the third fret are G on the sixth string, and on the fifth string we find a C. On the fourth string we find an F. On the third string we find an A sharp, or B flat, if you remember our little talk on flats and sharps. On the second string we find a D, and of course on the first string we find again a G, because the first string and the sixth string are the same note, the note of E. Okay, so we reached the third position on the fretboard. So this is actually an important position, so I want to keep it in mind. It's important that you know all the notes on the fretboard, or at least you try to remember all the notes on the fretboard, because this will come very handy later when we talk about scales and also composition of chords and things like that. But for now, just try to remember the names of the notes on the fret. Okay, so as you notice, I started the lesson by putting my finger across the strings on the third fret. What did I do? We spoke about demi-barre in the fifth lesson, which is basically barring the first 3 or 4 strings in order to play them together, and for instance to make a chord. Last time we actually worked on the F chord, if you remember. Okay, so the capability of your fingers to move this head fret down the neck is very important, because in this way you can actually build other chords. So it's important that we practice the strength of our bar. So last time I also let you see that it's important that you act with your forefinger and with your thumb, creating kind of a pincher effect, something like this. It's not very important the strength, but the decisions with which you use this position. So to practice this bar, you can do very simple exercises. For instance, one thing that you can try to do in the beginning is to place your middle finger on top of the forefinger, this way. Okay, and then try just move the bar, for instance, 1 fret back, 1 fret towards the lower part of the neck. Okay, something like this. I urge you to use your middle finger in the beginning, because this will help you to develop the right sound and also a certain kind of strength. But later on, when you will be able to move better your hand, you can actually use all the fingers you want. The important thing is, as I said, this pincher effect that you use on the left hand. The next thing I want to talk about is the thing that we introduced, actually, Romana and I, in the beginning of the lesson, and that's the riff. So what's the riff? The riff is a very important thing in popular music. It's actually a short repeated tune, a little melody that we repeat, it returns, and sometimes it characterizes a song. So today we're gonna study a very famous riff, which was very famous in the 50s and the 60s, but it's basically an evergreen. The song that I'm talking about is Stand By Me, so possibly you already heard about this song many times. So it's a little bit complex because it's a bit long, but I'm quite sure that you can follow it and enjoy it, even in the company of friends, for instance, because the riff is important, but it's important if there is somebody else who plays with you. Okay, so we're gonna start with our ring finger, placing it on the 6th string, 3rd position, and we play it once. Then we move to the 5th string using our middle finger, 2nd fret, and then using again the ring finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret, doing twice. So the result should be. Okay, so we play this twice. Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we got to the first part of the riff. The second part of the riff we take exactly from the point that we reached. So from the 3rd position, 3rd fret on the 5th string, using a ring finger, and we go back once on the 3rd fret, once on the 2nd fret with your middle finger, and then you use the open string twice. So that would be this. Okay, shall we try together? Yes, okay. So we go from 3rd fret, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is only once. In this moment I use an Italian word, questo. Questo means this. You have to understand, I am Italian, so sometimes Italian comes out. Don't worry, I will translate it on the spot. So, we reached the point in which we did. Okay, we got this point. So we go back to the 6th string and we use the open string once, then we go to 3rd fret, and then open string, the 5th string, open string, twice, and the result will be. Okay, so we reach this point. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's do it from the beginning again. 3rd position, 6th string, and we go. Okay, we reach this point. At this point, we go again from the open string of A, which is the 5th string, once, then 6th string, 3rd fret, and 6th string, 1st fret, twice. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good. We're beginning to get to the end of this riff. Staying on the F note, which is on the 6th string, 1st fret, we try to finish this riff. F once, A string, open string, 5th string, and then 3rd fret, 6th string. Okay, so. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. okay? And to finish the riff, we repeat the first passage. So we go 3rd fret, 6th string, 5th string, 2nd fret, and 5th string, 3rd fret twice. So, all right. I know it's long, and sometimes it was kind of complicated. But if you practice, I'm quite sure that you can produce it. You can produce a very interesting riff in the end. So we're gonna try to play it together. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then we start the riff. 1, 2, 3. This ends the riff, and then of course it repeats it and it goes on for the whole of the song. We're gonna try an experiment. I will play the accompaniment, the chords that go together with this riff, and you play the riff. I can't hear you, but I can hear you. So let's try and see what happens. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, bum, 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 and so on. Okay, the tempo will be 1, 2, 3, and we go. Ready? Okay? Yes, you ready? You have to tune? No, okay, you tuned up already. Perfect. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, bum, bum. Okay, so how did it go? It was okay? Yes, I'm very glad, of course. We will try again some other experiments in the future about the riff. Important thing is that you stay in time, of course. We already spoke about this in lesson 5. As you can see, the explanation sometimes is quite complex. Even I sometimes I'm like, okay, what am I doing right now? Oh yes, I'm doing this. But it's not the point. The point is that when you actually understand the flow of the riff, at a certain point it becomes almost, how can I say, natural. I don't want to use the word automatic because I don't like it, but it becomes natural. It becomes something that goes together with with the rest of the music, basically. And also this will enable you to begin playing songs that are known the world over. So we're gonna come back to riffs again in the future, and right now be ready for the second part, which will talk about chords.